Hi, my name is Allie Keith, and I'm a sinner. That's not something that I've always called myself. I grew up in a loving home. I had 2 wonderful parents, a great little sister, lots of good friends. I made great grades. I graduated high school with honors, started my college for nursing, and that's when I started dating a guy that I went to high school with. We were just having fun. We started having sex and not really thinking or even caring about the consequences. And then I became pregnant. And just like any 19-year-old girl, I was frightened. I just wanted the situation to go away quickly. I weighed all the options, but I justified abortion. I justified it. I didn't want to raise a child with someone I didn't love. I didn't think I could carry a baby to term and then give it up for adoption. I just wanted the situation to go away. My parents tried to talk me out of it, but I had already made my mind up. Abortion is what I chose to do. After that, I became more promiscuous. I started to do drugs and drink a lot. I just needed anything to fill that void that abortion had caused. I didn't have a relationship with God. I didn't grow up going to church. He just wasn't part of my life. I met my husband, Troy, and he was a drug dealer. I was a drug seeker, so we hit it off pretty well. Moved in together, got married, started our careers. Then we tried to start having a family. And at that point, the abortion came back up, and I just felt that I was being punished, that we couldn't have kids because of the sin that I had chosen. By this time, we had started our careers, so we had kind of pulled out of the major drug scene, and I just became an alcoholic. I was drinking all the time. He was smoking pot all the time. That's the way that we quieted our demons. And then Brother Daryl and James came to our home. I was drunk, Troy was high, but they stayed and they prayed with us. They held hands with us, and we just wanted them out as quickly as possible. But after that, Troy had a radical change, and he met Jesus Christ. And he started reading the Bible and wanting to go to church and really wanting to change our lives. And I just kept holding on to that sin. I didn't want to let it go. I didn't want everything to change. I was afraid that my sin was more important than the love that God could give us. Troy stayed steadfast in reading the Bible and praying for me and with me. We got baptized, and then one day at church, Daryl was speaking about drunkenness and revelry and the things that I was still holding on to. And it was that very moment that he pierced my soul and showed me exactly how wretched and disgusting I really was compared to him. And at that moment is when I was saved. My soul was saved. God's mercy and grace and forgiveness covered me. I was able to forgive myself for the abortion. We started really praying fervently for a child. And God just kept telling us to be patient, be patient. And we had talked about adoption, but I was still so selfishly holding on to carrying a child, having a child of my own. But we prayed and we continued to pray. And I just prayed that God would give me peace in the situation. that whatever it was, baby or no baby, he would give me peace. And that's exactly what he did. He gave us peace. And then he opened the doors for adoption. It was never anything that we sought out. Someone sought us, asked if we were interested. He set up all the funds for it. He set up every single thing that we need for adoption. And through that, he showed me that our sin does have consequence here on earth. But he is faithful and just to forgive us. And if we will abide in him, he will make our desires match with his desires. That he had that child knit together for us in someone else's womb. All we had to do was abide in him, follow his path, seek after him, put him first. And that's what we did. And he radically changed our lives. He took the one thing that I could have done instead of abortion, and he blessed us with it. If we'll just walk in his power and not forget that we too are adopted, but he doesn't love us any less. Like, we can live powerful lives here on earth and truly make a difference in other people's lives.